What is going on, everybody? And it is now official. Philly and Boston have completed the trade, and Markelle Fultz will become a member of the 76ers on Thursday during the NBA draft. The trade got completed last night, so Boston sent Philly the first overall pick, while Philly sent Boston their third overall pick, a 2018 first round pick next year with protections, and either a 2019 or a 2021 first round pick. So Boston, I'm actually surprised that Danny Ainge actually did this trade, because he has even more draft picks that he will not trade for a star. But I'm not going to talk about that. Right now, what you're seeing is me doing a rebuild of Markelle Fultz in Philly. As you see, I ended up taking him with the first overall pick. We didn't have it at first, so I made some trades and ended up doing that and ended up getting the first pick. But let's talk about, what does this mean for Philly? Well, they have another playmaker to go with Ben Simmons, which is always good. So their starting five for right now is probably Fultz, McConnell, TJ McConnell, Ben Simmons, Dario Saric, and Joel Embiid. Now, this offseason is going to be very important. Can they get a shooting? Can they get a true shooting guard? Like Dion Waiters has been. It's been reports that Dion Waiters might want to go back home, as he is from Philly, or maybe Kyle Lowry, because I think Kyle Lowry went to Villanova. So they have a lot of options of what they can actually do in the offseason. But the future is very bright for Philly. Now, obviously, are they gonna make the playoffs? No, but with the more pieces that they're adding to their team within the next 4 to 5 years, like, we're gonna see them start making these runs over and over and over again, getting deep into the playoffs. But of course, knowing it's the East, you still gotta go through LeBron. But I think, yeah, their window, people say Cleveland's window is closing, but it's not fully closed yet. Like I said, within the next 4 to 5 years, that's when we'll see like a rise of like all the teams that ended up tanking throughout the season, that ended up making the playoffs. So we're gonna see a shift, but to me, it don't really matter if you beat Cleveland, because I mean, you still got Golden State and San Antonio out west that you really have to worry about. So this right here, this is what y'all looking at. This is the first full season of Markelle Fultz being there. As you see, LeBron won MVP, averaging a triple-double. Lonzo Ball, who got drafted to Phoenix, where there are reports of Phoenix trying to move up to number 2 to take him. He won Rookie of the Year. Jason Tatum won Sixth Man of the Year, playing behind Melo. I think Steve Kerr won Coach of the Year. CJ McCollum won Most Improved, if I'm not mistaken. And somebody won, I think Anthony Davis won Defensive Player of the Year. So looking at this, I think Markelle Fultz actually made all defensive second team, averaging 2.5 steals and a block per game. So we finished 47 and 35. Looking at the stats, Embiid averaged 17 and 9. Fultz averaged 14 and 7. But unfortunately, I don't think we'll make a deep run in the playoffs, because Ben Simmons had a spinal injury. Thank you, 2K. That's a great logic. Even though if you get a spinal injury, I don't think you'll really return. But hey, it's 2K. But we ended up losing in the first round, 4-1 to the Bucks. Who knows? Maybe if we had Ben Simmons, we would have won. But the Bucks somehow made it to the finals. Cleveland lost in the second round to Chicago, but it doesn't matter because they got washed by Golden State. So going on to the second season, well, the second off season, looking at all these league meetings, I didn't really approve any. But now, after the first year, I'm like, okay, I want to actually get younger. So I want to trade Dion Waiters. I know he's the hometown kid, Philly kid, but I'm like, okay, maybe I want to get like CJ McCollum, because CJ McCollum's a great scorer. He can score at will. He can shoot off the dribble. He can really be a good catch and shooter. I don't know if I said that right, stumbling over my words, but he's one of the best young shooting guards in the league. So I ended up taking that trade. I gave up a lot for him, which I don't see Philly actually doing that. But going into the off season, I was hoping to really make some noise, sign at least one superstar. But Embiid's contract is up and he's only 24, and I'm not letting him go anywhere. As you see, I did try to get DeMarcus Cousins, kind of moving the power forward. Embiid and Cousins would have been a great duo. But that's like the only move I made in the off season. Oh yeah, I traded Jordan Clarkson in the first year, and I got Jonathan Simmons in the last off season. So looking at this rotation, you would think, we can still make some noise in the playoffs and everything, which is all good. But at the end of the second full season, LeBron won MVP once again. I think that's like his fifth or sixth. You had Luka Doncic, that if you don't know him, he's one of the top international players projected to go in the lottery for next year. He ended up winning Rookie of the Year. I didn't have any first round picks because I traded them all away. Really, I mean, I'm looking like Danny Ainge out here, except I'm actually willing to give up my first round pick if it makes us better. But we ended up finishing 45-37, which was best for fourth in the conference, and we go up against the Indiana Pacers in the first round. You see, we're up 3-2 right now. Now it's tied up 3-3. So I'm going to simulcast. I don't know why people do simcast. I guess. I mean, I don't think it'll really change the outcome of the game, but I mean, it's just me. I don't really like doing simcast. It's like the first time I did it, but we ended up pulling out the win at home as we won by 25 points. I think Markelle Fultz, CJ McCollum led the way, but now we're going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who went 60-22, and that's not easy to do. As you see, we are down 3-1 right now. I tried to go simcast, see if the possibility would change, and it just didn't. We ended up losing by 9. We lose at 5, so simulating it, Cleveland goes to the finals against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't know who they have. I think they still got their young core, but you see the Cavs just completely steamrolled them, and the Warriors surprisingly did not make it with that great team that they have. So going into the third season, I think it's the third, I traded CJ McCollum. I got Jamal Murray from the Nuggets, who's a great up and coming shooting guard. One of the he's up there with Devin Booker and all of them. Not in terms of scoring, but really youth, and like you can see the star potential in him. He has a very high ceiling. So we also got Will Barton in that trade. So at the end of this, John Wall won MVP, which I'm very surprised. Michael Porter Jr., if you don't know who he is, look him up. He's one of the best players in the nation right now, going to Missouri. You got Trayvon Duval going to Duke, also one of the best players in the nation. You got Mohamed Bamba, the best center, who's going to be the best big man in the draft for next year. Yeah, 2018, he's going to be the best big man. But looking at this, we didn't really have anybody make any teams, but actually we did have Markelle Fultz made the all NBA third team. Well, I couldn't say that. Averaged 17 points and 6 assists, and he also made all defensive first team. So, not saying this is a simulation of how a Fultz career is going to play out, but I mean, it could. We don't really know. He averaged 2.5 steals and a block and a half per game. He did average three turnovers. I don't think he'll average that much. But we got Willie Cauley-Stein. He ended up getting hurt. He tore his calf muscle and he's out. So first round against Boston, and we are down 3-0 right now. Yeah, I think we have a better team than them. I didn't look at that roster, but we did lose 4-1. So that's the end of this, because I know next year we're not gonna have any cap space or anything. As you see, the Houston Rockets come back from 3-1 to win. So that's the end of this. Markelle Fultz to Philly. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And I will have a video coming out either tomorrow or Tuesday with my predictions on who I think will be the top 10 picks for the NBA draft on Thursday.